There. I'm trying to give you better lighting, Mac. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, it's kind of dark with our stove area here.
Yeah, that's the reason the picture's coming out so good is I got good lighting.
But getting back to the deer meat, you just cut those in chunks and just pack it in that jar real tight. And then you put a beef bouillon cube on top.
2.
Was it 2?
2.
And I don't even think back in the day we even put any kind of seasoning like
we didn't. We put
or jalapeno or nothing.
One time we put half a teaspoon of salt, 2 beef bouillon cubes, and in some of the first ones somebody told us to put lemon pepper, a teaspoon of lemon pepper.
I don't like lemon pepper.
I wouldn't recommend putting a teaspoon.
Like
yeah, I mean, if you like lemon pepper, put it in there.
I just don't.
Now the rest of them we just put 2 beef bouillon cubes and half a teaspoon of salt in there, and it was really good. And Lisa would buy those, go to Walmart and buy, before we really was gardening heavy, she'd buy veg oil and 2 cans of that and 1 quart of deer meat and put it together. Oh, man.
Yeah,
thing of cornbread, that really made good eating.
And I don't really like deer meat that much. I think maybe Dawn might go hunting this year and I'll try it again.
Chris and Tara's on here.
Well, hi, Chris and Tara. That's nice.
We've been trying to meet up with them for a long time, but we keep missing each other.
I know.
They'll go to a place and we don't go, and they go, or we'll go someplace that they don't go. One of these days we're going to collide in the middle. Mm-hmm. But oh yeah, on the deer meat though, you can actually eat it right out of the jar since it's already cooked. But I would make like a fritter batter. I don't know. Yeah. It's an old-fashioned recipe, a fritter batter, and you take the fritter batter and you take it and drop it down in the, once you cover the deer meat in that, and you drop it down in hot grease, and then I like it with horserelish. Use the fried deer meat and horserelish, and then I would make the fritter batter thicker and cut up a whole bunch of onions and jalapenos and throw in the fritter batter, and mix it up good and drop it in there for hush puppies. And that's the onions, jalapeno peppers and stuff in hush puppies is really good. I hope I haven't missed anybody saying hi.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm normally the one reading the chats, but I get talking. I can only do one thing at a time.
Yeah, I'm focused on this. I'm looking at myself and going,
Well, I want to look like I'm looking at you guys, but if I'm over here looking over here, it's
Jack's asking what a thunderflake is.
Oh,
that's what Randy calls the red hot cayenne pepper flakes.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Cayenne pepper?
Yeah, it's cayenne pepper flakes. The
red
flakes.
Pepper flakes.
Red pepper flakes, cayenne pepper flakes. Is all.
So yeah, we don't call it that anymore. We just call it thunder
ever
flakes.
Since he called them thunder flakes, you want a little thunder flakes? Sure, give me them.
Yeah, getting back to Patty's question, or telling us that she's taking a break from gardening. If it doesn't dry out, we'll never have a garden either. I mean, we still have time here.
Well, I tried to run a tiller through the garden yesterday, and it was just too wet. That last video, I grabbed something like that, and it just stayed together.
But I really want to do a garden this year more than ever because when we were at the Okie Fest, Donald bought me the survival seeds, and he bought me the whole shebang that they were selling. So I have how many seeds do you think I have in there?
I don't know.
I mean,
he said it was one pack of seeds for every $1, and I spent about $180. So it was almost 190.
Yeah, I mean, I have every seed that I would ever dream to want to plant.
And Randy's right. The more thunderflakes, the better. That's true. Do what?
I was just going to say there's just so many different varieties of seeds in there that I'm really excited about growing. Now, I'm not going to go overboard and grow everything this year, but I do want to get a little garden out there where we could.
Yeah, sometimes there have been times in our garden that we went a little overboard.
Yeah. But it would be nice if it dries out so we could have a garden this year.
Yeah. But I'm not going to complain about the rain because I got news for you. There will be a lot of dry days. Hopefully we don't have another year like we had last year. because we got a bunch of rain at the first year, and then all of a sudden it dried up and never did get any rain.
Now, like I said, I'm reading back on there. And now, Patty, were you talking about the pickled eggs or the eggs that I was talking about from Boots and Bounty that she did with the whole eggs?
What'd she say?
She said, I've never heard of canning eggs. Canning the pickled eggs.
Yeah.
I think I said deviled eggs. Pickled eggs is so simple because it's a water bath. It's not even canning or pressure canning, and it's really simple.
What I've been trying to get her to do is, I love deviled eggs too, so I want her to open a jar of or one or two of the pickled eggs and make deviled eggs out of them. Take the yellow and whatever magic she creates there. That I want her to do that sometime. I think that would be delicious.
Now, when I made all those pickled eggs back in 2020, because we had so many eggs, I on my thumbs right on the edge. Oh, they were like paper cuts so deep because I was peeling those eggs. That was the only painful thing about making those pickled eggs, because you know how farm eggs sometimes peel easy and sometimes they don't. But then I heard that you could put the baking soda in your water and while they're boiling, and it really does help. And to me, I think it does help. I tried the shaking thing but I don't know. That seems like it's a hit and miss when you put the egg in there and try to shake it to break open the egg.
I've seen a lot of people on YouTube put one in there, do like this a couple times, and the egg just falls apart.
I just think it's depends on the egg, but once you get those peeled.
Well, Dar family, y'all need to share that pickled eggs recipe with us then. Randy says that Dar's got a great recipe for pickled eggs.
Now I got my recipe from Simply Living Alaska. I don't know if y'all watch that, but I like that show because I like the different. I just like looking at somebody else's place, and it doesn't look like Kentucky. I like the mountains and the snow and all that, but
I don't know how anybody can live in that much snow.
Oh, they do everything in freezing cold weather. I couldn't do it, but I do like that channel. But anyway, that's where I got my pickled recipe. And then they had different ones that had flavors where you could put hot sauce in it or rosemary and all those. But this is just a simple jalapeno and onion and garlic egg recipe.
Patty says she does hers in an Instant Pot and they come off real easy.
Oh, well, I have an Instant Pot. Donald bought me a really nice Instant Pot. And
8 quart.
And a, what is that thing called? A air fryer.
Yeah, the air fryer. 8 quart.
Off the TV and spent $1 million on it. And
she goes, I'd like to have that.
I don't know how to use it.
I got it. I bought it. Give it to her. She tried to use it once. No more.
I don't know. I have to get the book out and read up on it because I don't.
Which recipe do you all need, Dar? He said we need your recipe. Well, first off, you got to talk to her. Speaking of getting recipes, funny thing is we first started dating our first year. Her dad in the military, me and my dad was a missionary Baptist preacher. She wanted to go visit her grandparents, but she wasn't driving back then. She didn't have a car, and she was 18, but she didn't have a car, so she couldn't go by herself. So she asked me to take her. I said, well, I'll take you if your dad and mom say okay, and mine say it okay, because she was living in her house, I was living in mine. So they said it was okay if we could make it one day, but we had to call as soon as we got there. We did all the right thing. We called when we got there and stuff. Well, her grandmother made homemade bread. Oh my God, it's some of the best homemade bread. And she makes homemade bread too, but it's not kind of the same, but it is, whatever. But one thing led to another, and I asked her for the recipe, and she said, "You're not in the family, you don't get it."
Well,
and to this day, I never did get it.
She was one of those women that never wrote anything down, so maybe I kind of take after her. But
yeah, you do.
you know, she was one of those cooks that just throws things together and it always turned out good, you know. But one time, I'm sorry to interrupt, but one time she was down here visiting us, and it was back when uh, in the 80s when you had those big camcorders that you sat on your shoulder and videoed and everything. I
It
mean,
looked
they
like
were,
a TV
yeah,
producer.
it looked like one of those boom boxes back in the, you know, kids would carry around. But anyway, I videoed her making that bread, and daggone it if my baby tapes didn't survive that, because I got I sent off all my baby tapes. I called them baby tapes, all the little tapes to get them refurbished and everything. And I watched them so much that I wore out the VCR tape, so it didn't turn out. But I did video her, and then I wrote it all down. So I've got that recipe somewhere, and it was just a good, healthy bread that she.
Yeah, she was a health nut.
Yeah.
Not, you know, I mean,
If she was still alive today, she would be one that we would all want to have on this live and really talk and get all the good.
She'd make a good YouTuber because she made all kinds of stuff, man.
Oh, she was what we all want to be like. All the health regimens that she did. She lived to be 90. What 90? How old was Grandma when she died?
98.
98.
Randy said he's had good luck with the poking a hole in the egg and then boiling them for 10 minutes, cool water, and the shell comes off pretty.
Huh.
No, we'll have to try that. And Chris and Tara said they're going to be at the. Chris is going to be speaking. I'm sure it's about the cast iron. He's big on cast. Yeah, he's big on cast iron, and
Yeah.
he's good. Yeah, I saw something too. But
yeah, I made
spring fling.
Chris's biscuits a while back ago.
Yeah, they were good.
His recipe on homemade biscuits; those were really good.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good biscuit maker, so
well,
I used to be back when we first got married. You know, we were and still are, but we were really poor, and we would have biscuits, and I would buy a thing of bacon mainly for the grease that came off of that bacon to make biscuits and gravy, and we ate that throughout the week, biscuits and gravy, and
a lot of biscuits and gravy.
Had a couple slices of bacon and really had that.
That's back when we didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, let alone 2 nickels. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going. I had a grocery budget of $36, I think, a week, and I'm telling you what, with 4 kids back when we first got married, that was some really finagling on what we were going to eat.
Especially when we were used to dating, and we would eat out a lot during the week, and you know, we were both living at our parents' house, which they had an abundance of food, so we ate very well back then. And then we got married, we had nothing.
Well, back then you could live on hamburger because hamburger was daggone cheap.
See you later, Patty.
Okay,
thanks for
Patty.
showing up.
Yeah, thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, this is all really new. Like I said, I'm not answering any of the questions on the chat because I'm yakking too much.
I'm trying to look at them and look. You know, I'm gonna have to try that thing what Randy talked about. I think you could just poke the hole in it and put it in the water.
Yeah.
But I always figured if they had a little crack in them, they would ooze.
I would have thought so too.
Yeah, but I guess they won't. We'll have to find out one way or the other. What else y'all want to know?
Yeah, I came on here tonight thinking, oh, I'll probably just be really quiet, and I feel like I've been doing more of the talking.
Honestly, she thinks that every single time, but you flip that camera on, and I love our videos the best that has her on them because I think it's a lot better video. I just
Now, just right here, Emily, are you on the chat or is it Noah?
it's still no.
Is it Noah? Because Noah loves the eggs. Him and Lillian, I open a jar of them
And the hot dogs.
almost every week that are here. And I still have, I mean, that year that I made eggs, I don't know how many jars I ended up making, but
I don't know, but we've ate I'll eat anywhere from 3 to 4 almost every morning, and we still have jars.
yeah. Well, hand me one of those jars.
Which one?
The eggs.
The eggs?
Yeah, because it doesn't really hold very many eggs. I would say this one has more than.
Well, I go through a jar at least one a week, and we still have lots of jars.
There's probably about 9 eggs in there. So when you really think about it, it doesn't go very far when you get 3 people wanting to eat some eggs.
That's one thing. If you come to this house and you leave hungry, something wrong with you. I promise you, something wrong with you.
Yeah, once upon a time, Jeremiah, our grandson, said I made the best egg sandwiches, and I think they were burnt out of them because I was so happy that he liked egg sandwiches.
Yeah, that's one thing I could eat. I could eat a lot of eggs. I love eggs, just any way you can fix them. Okay,
so did you already talk about that?
Doug and Stacy thing? Yeah, remember?
Yeah, that's where we've met Doug and Stacy
3 times.
But we've never been to their festival or expo or whatever you call it, spring fling.
Yeah. I'll have to say though, the best one we've been to, bar none. We've been to the one in Virginia, the Homesteaders of America. We've been in Florida, that one in Florida, and we've been to Oklahoma. And I know y'all in Oklahoma are on here, but I'm not saying this because of that. But the best one we've been to so far, and the most friendly and had so much fun at, has been the one in Oklahoma. Yeah. If anybody's on here that's never been there, you should go.
And then we also have in Kentucky, it's called a
duck eggs. Randy's got duck eggs.
It's more called a picnic. It's a homesteader picnic.
But, oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a blast. That is a blast.
That's just down a couple hours away from us, down by it's in Grand Rivers.
Yeah, it's Grand Rivers. Yeah.
And down by Kentucky Lake, and that's a really fun one too, because I think what the ones that are fun are the ones that are small, where you can really be intimate with people and talk, and you don't feel like you're taking too much of their time. I think the Homesteaders of America was more business.
Yeah, it was definitely a business opportunity.
Yeah, you just. I don't know.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, it was interesting. We learned a lot.
Yeah.
But it was, if the family orientated, everybody's your friend. That's kind of like the Okie thing. I know the people, the ones that put it on, are just super nice people. They'll stop and say hi, but they're so busy, right? Those 2 days and stuff like that. I'm surprised they even have time to do that. But yeah, Dutch and Kevin, Randy and Rachel, they all are just the sweetest, most wonderful people when you talk to them. And if you get an opportunity, if you haven't been there, the ones that are on here that haven't been there, you should go at least once next year when they have it. Lord willing, we will.
Yeah, we had a couple ducks there for a while. I raised them right here in this room. They hatched and their little feet would just pitter patter on that floor. I love that. and then I'd be walking right behind them with a paper towel because they pooped everywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was having.
We went through Clorox like you have no
my
idea.
goodness. But I love those little ducks in here.
I finally built her. I built a hutch and put it out on the back porch.
You wanted
and said they got to go out there.
Yeah, it was time.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just a little bit. Yeah, Dawn said, "Well, I guess we'll take them down to the barn." I said, "Well, maybe we could just put them out on the porch." I didn't want them too far away.
Yeah.
They stay there for a long time.
Had a door and a ramp where she'd open the door, they'd come out, and she'd walk them around the whole yard and stuff. And then she'd go, "All right, time to go home." And they'd walk up the ramp and she'd shut the door, and I never seen anybody train animals the way she does. She's good with animals.
Yeah, I need duck diapers for sure.
She definitely needs duck diapers.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Because
you never know what breed or sex they are when they're little like that. I was very fortunate
until it started changing colors.
When I had Mr. Duck and Mrs. Duck, and but then the other ones we didn't know for a long time.
Well, we didn't know about them either.
But then I learned that their little tail feather will kind of flip up a little bit, but then it's so hard to tell sometimes.
The road trip, I think if I'm
she was on the live last night.
Yeah, Donna.
We met her.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining tonight. Yeah. We've almost been on here an hour.
Is that right?
Yeah. If that clock's right, of course we wasn't talking for a little bit.
Where do you see?
It's right there, 58.
Oh, okay.
58 is what it's saying right now.
Now, is there? I mean, not that I want to talk all night, but I notice a lot of people, they do cut off on an hour. Is there some reason why people only do 1 hour? I know, maybe it's out of respect for people's time, but I just was curious if there was some kind of reason people did just 1 hour.
Jerry says it's a great first love.
Oh,
it's
thank
you. Been entertaining.
Well,
everybody gets a good laugh at it.
Yeah, I asked Don, I said, "What are we going to talk about tonight?" You're like, "I don't know." I said, "I don't know what we're going to talk about." So.
Somebody asked me one time, "Well, what do you do to film things?" So they wanted to know what kind of notes I took and how did I plan it and stuff. And I walk out, turn the camera on, and go, "Hello, welcome back to MoneyPit Homestead," and everything goes on from there. I have no plan. Well, I have plans usually. I used to have plans all the time what I was going to do after I come home from work, but those plans are usually thrown out, and I do whatever I need to do when I get home. That's how my plans go. So, like yesterday, I had no plan to give grandbaby rides or dig worms or grasshoppers and all that stuff. And
Arrow loves to be outside. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, everybody else stays inside because they're playing games and Fortnite and all that. But
I think if Noah's still on here, he'll tell you in between the tank game that's on my computer and Fortnite, yeah, that's his main squeeze right there. Yeah. He loves them.
Noah's probably saying, "I wish y'all would get off so I can go back and play my game."
Really?
Thanks, Noah, for staying around and watching your Grammy and Papa talk. Well, let's see what else.
Well, what's everybody want to do? It's been over an hour now, just 1 minute over an hour. So if y'all want us to...
Chris and Tara are leaving.
Leaving?
Keep in touch, Chris and Tara, if you're still on. We will get together one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days we'll run into each other somewhere.
Yeah. And I don't know how to do it yet, and we'll learn it maybe on our next live, or maybe get one of the kids to moderate or whatever they do, and then be able to put everybody's channel name in. But if anybody's on here that has a YouTube, I think we know everybody, but personally. But if you all don't, put your YouTube channel down, and so everybody can follow. or even, oh, another thing I wanted to ask too. Yeah, put your YouTube channel in there for people to go join your channel. But is there a way? I noticed like last night's live with the Dyers. If you go back, you can't see their chat. Is there somewhere on here that you could program
To save the chat.
save the chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be saved.
I have no idea.
But yeah, there's a lot of times I'll watch people's lives on my iPad, and I'll read the chats and see if what they're talking about, and kind of keep up.
Donna says her dad used to say that the best laid plans of mice and men.
Oh yeah, you say that.
That's funny. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I have a YouTube video that has that on there. Yeah, because I walked out and I basically was saying what I was going to do, or told the day before, whatever, and I went out and nothing was done that I said I was going to do, not even remotely close, and there I was.
Yeah, he said,
they said record the screen by phone. So they could look back and see, go back and look at the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, let's see.
I water bath my pickled eggs. Yeah, for 20 minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to stuff the egg. Well, let me see, where am I at? Make sure that top egg is, don't fill them up too much. It's kind of a wasted space a little bit if you don't put a whole bunch of eggs in there. But you don't want that top one to be in that air very long, because it does, when you open it, that first one will have a little bit of maybe a dry look, but I'm constantly shaking them. But you could see there's a little bit of a difference in that color. I don't think anybody's ever complained about the flavor of it. It's just the appearance of it, kind of. And also, when I made these, there were some eggs, like this one, for instance, that I tore it all to pieces, but it's still seasoned really good. I mean,
you're just missing some of the white.
I've heard people say, well, we won't use that one. And I'm thinking, well, why is that? Is it just for prettiness? Because this one's got a slice in it. And you have to have good patience, because boy, peeling this many eggs that day, I was mean. I was just like, it was just like, oh my gosh, I was. I wanted a pretty egg, and I was getting so many ugly eggs there. But
she says that, but it's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh, I can be.
I didn't say you couldn't. I just said normally you're not.
I can be.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Let's see, what's this say? One thing we were advised of us was to set up moderators.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You had scammers come into your live. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I've been on people's lives before, and there was always that jerk on there that why do people live to be so ugly like that? I mean, I don't get it.
I never have. One thing I do need to know is when we do end this, do you just push that end thing and it will go over to, it'll be saved, or is there something special you need to do to save this live stream?
Yeah, that's what they're.
And does it count on YouTube, since we're doing it on? I think Jack told me a while ago it did count, since we're doing it on stream. Try the 555 method, Lisa. What's the 555 method?
Yeah, I don't know what 555 method is.
I wonder what she's talking about.
Well, he'll say something.
No, that's hers.
Oh, is that hers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
No,
to.
canning that way, Randy, you don't have to keep them in the fridge at all.
Oh no, once you can something like that.
Sorry,
no.
I didn't. I just now
Yeah.
read that.
Yeah, these been sitting on the shelf since 2020.
Yeah, I'll pop one out and eat it right now.
Mhm.
Well, I just got through eating before we start this, so no, I won't. Probably shouldn't, but probably. Hello, treasured homestead home. Pressure
Oh, I looked
cook
up there when I could look right here on mine.
in an pressure cook in an Instant Pot on high for 5 minutes. Slow release pressure for 5 minutes,
Oh.
and then set in water bath ice for 5 minutes. Well, I never heard that method before.
Wow.
We'll have to try that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that.
I used to always release the pressure, like when she was cooking something, I'd go over and release the pressure or whatever, and have it, rapidly release. But we watched a bunch of YouTube channels that said that was dangerous, and I'm like, well, I watched Grandma and my grandmother in Lexington, and my grandma on the farm, and Mom and Dad do all that all the time, and never had any problem. But anyway. But yeah, we'll have to try that little 5-5-5 thing.
Yeah. So did you get? Did anybody answer about your after you get done with this?
No.
How you end it? Maybe.
Let's see. For clarification, the video will be on YouTube, but not on StreamYard. And yes, the watcher does count. Watchers do count on YouTube.
Okay.
So this is going to be like ours was yesterday. You didn't do anything special. It was just the video that we were on together. With is on YouTube, and I can watch it on YouTube. So this will be on there too, right? I'm new to all this, man. Watch ours. What about the video? Will it be there too? I think for our first live, I don't know how many people's in here. I think that thing up there says 11, but I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We have 11 friends.
Wow.
No, just end this live. Let's see, no, just end this live, and then it will load to YouTube. Cool.
No, I haven't tried water glass eggs, Randy. I'm not sure I will.
Yeah.
I think if I was a country girl from birth and that would have been fine, but I'm leery about that.
Have y'all done it, Randy?
I'm just kind of nervous. I don't know why. That's just one of those things that I'm not sure I'd want to do. But I shouldn't say never because I'll probably do it.
Our family says they have. Jack and Dan have.
Well,
were they good? Did you get them back out?
I mean, do they taste like a hard-boiled egg when you, or would they have vinegar in it? Because I can't remember the process of water glass. We did water glass eggs, but we have not boiled water glass eggs, and that I would not do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they honestly when Lisa's, I didn't get to see it because I was out doing stuff. But Lisa said when they took, or whatever reason, I can't remember. I think I fell asleep. But when she took them out of the egg to try to eat them, they were, what would you say, they were green or something?
Oh, well, that was the Boots and Bounty doing their experiment on
Eggshells.
the eggshells. But what they're talking about is like
Oh, that's just putting them in a jar and putting them on a shelf,
yeah,
whatever.
and
Yeah.
I don't remember all the ingredients that goes into doing a I don't know what kind of stuff you got to put in to water glass them.
I think either Joseph or Jessica one said they
Oh,
want
do
to
you?
do it.
Yeah.
Well, why don't y'all do it and let us know how it turns out?
Yeah, I say I'll never do it, but I change my mind so often.
She also said she'd never eat this or that, and she eats it like crazy now. Oh, and another thing, she said she would never. She goes, I used to have all the cream cheese that would come in the house unless it was in a special dish or whatever, like her cheese ball and stuff like that. Now she likes it when it's like that way, but just to put cream cheese on a cracker and eat some, I like it that way. But I smoked some with different seasoning in it. I hardly got any of it. She ate almost every bit of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
powdered lime, yeah.
that was really good. If anybody ever wants to smoke cream cheese, it's really good when it's still warm because.
Oh yeah, Brandy did some. That's right. We watched them when they did that. So they tasted like fresh eggs, huh? Cool. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
But I remember watching when they went to the Max.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like I said, I'm just not comfortable doing that yet. But I don't know. Maybe I should
give it a shot.
Give it a shot because when you have so many chickens, sometimes I don't know. We've always been able to use up our eggs wisely. I mean, I'd pickled them and then we would eat them and like for breakfast and whatever. But then we would give them to our dogs for treats because if my eggs sit too long in the refrigerator, then I'll just start frying them, and I'll fry them and then I put them in little freezer bags, and then that's what I would give to the dogs. I would give them a little fried egg because I felt like it needed to be cooked.
Yeah, you talk about spoiled dogs. Jackass, he said, "Where do you find favorite big enough to smoke the cream cheese?"
Oh. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it must be Jessica because she said they sell that she might try some with duck eggs, but she's not with her chicken eggs because they. Yeah, you sold 40 dozen last week.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to start selling you eggs so you can sell those eggs too.
Yeah, they have a cute little farm stand at their house. Our son and daughter-in-law and their little stand is really good. I would like to have a little stand as well, but then I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll do a little stand.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh yeah, the Thunderflakes was on the cream cheese, Randy.
Yeah.
I promise you, they were on the cream cheese. Well, we've gone an hour and 15 minutes. If y'all want to keep going, we will. And if y'all don't, we won't. So y'all just, I don't know how long to stay on here because I'm having fun at this. This is our first live, and let's just say I'm having a better time at it than I thought I would. And so is Lisa. Yeah, I'm going to have to come home one night and smoke it. We take the cream cheese and kind of make little etches across it. And then whatever seasoning we want on it, Thunderflakes. She has some salt. What kind of, I forget what the names of the seasonings are. Yeah. But she shakes that on there, and it takes about 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours at 225. and oh, it is amazing. But don't try Velveeta cheese with heat. It melts because
Yeah, but you'll perfect
the first Velveeta cheese that I made I had with heat on, and it was yeah, I happened to luckily I checked it in about 30 minutes, and it was starting to melt pretty good, so I pulled it off, and that tasted pretty good, but it really didn't have a lot of smoke on it yet. So the next I had these smoke tubes, what they call smoke tubes, no heat, and put them on there. And when I put them in there, I kind of let it go, and it did generate enough heat to kind of melt it a little bit, but not like I thought.
Well, Randy, thanks for stopping by. It's really fun. We'll
Yeah,
hopefully,
glad you stopped by, Randy.
yeah,
I
we'll
really
do this
appreciate it,
again
buddy.
and keep in touch that way as well.
Yeah, it's been great having you on here.
Yeah. We probably should get off. We don't want to wear everybody out and
Yeah, I agree with
on everything and make
Jessica
sure
or Joseph. They can't. I can't wait for gardening this year. I'm really looking forward to the gardening thing. Yeah, they'll probably sell a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I just don't want to grow everything. I just want to grow the things that can store up and we can
Yeah, we
eat
do a
all
lot
year
of
long.
canning. We got canning jars empty. We need to fill them.
Oh gosh, I've got so many canning jars.
Yeah, we canned our tomatoes one year. Well, the way we can our tomatoes around here, I'd always seen everybody peel them and we core them, but they take the seeds and all that stuff out. Well, we canned. I mean, we run it through a blender and canned it all with seeds and everything in it. And mom and dad got on us because they said you're not supposed to do them that way. And they explained how I just said, and I'm like, but you're losing all your nutrition stuff. Well, they run out of tomato juice and asked us for a couple jars of tomato juice so they can make some chili or something one time. And I gave them that. And they said, boy, that's some of the best tomato juice we've ever had. I was like, well, there you are. But you can't tell that. You couldn't tell the skin would have been left on it. You could see the seeds, but that was it. Well, I get with Randy leaving and our family and all that. Are they still here? Yeah, they're still here. I guess we should go, and because we're approaching an hour and 20 minutes now. So,
well, we might try to continue doing a live.
Was this a good time?
I mean, I don't really know. It seemed like it's a good hour to do it, but then
I'm anxious to do a live on the porch.